Hi, this is David with some changes to the digital agenda that you get with a WordPress for Toastmasters website. And I want to show you how I'm trying to simplify things so that you can do more right from the main page, this sign up view. So any member coming in can scan down the page, see which roles are open, and click to take a role. Now, there are actually a few other views of this where we can go in and we can see all the information opened up for editing in the edit mode, or we can go into this organize mode, which is meant for moving things around, adding or deleting elements. But in the latest version, I've actually brought some of that stuff up front because I think people find that they have some difficulty navigating through all these different elements. And so what I'm trying to show you here is that as I hover my mouse over the different items here, well, I still have that option to just sign up and take a role, but I do also see that I can reassign that role to somebody else. So some of the editing functionality is exposed here. If I wanted to make that assigned to a guest, well, then I can put in the guest's name. When we come in for speakers, we can decide, do we want 2 speakers? Or maybe for this meeting we want 3 speakers. And then maybe we need to make some adjustments to the amount of time that we have budgeted for all these speakers too. So some of these features from the organize screen are in here. If I decided that I usually do table topics at the end of the meeting, but I want to do it at the beginning, well, I could move that all the way to the top. This could then be manipulated further. If we want to change the amount of time that we have assigned for table topics, we can make our adjustments there. You'll notice that the time for the next segment of the meeting changes as I change the amount of time allocated here. And so these things are all just meant to help you do this stuff smoother. Now you have to tell me whether you think this is an improvement or not, because in some ways we're bringing more complexity out front. But I found that a lot of times people seem to lose track of, well, where do I go if I want to add an item to the agenda? Where am I supposed to do that? Well, this is where you can do it. So we can move this back down so that table topics comes after the speakers. And we should see that here are speakers, and then there's the topics master. Maybe we're experimenting with starting every meeting with a joke. And so, although we haven't had it in the past, we're going to add a humorist role, the first person that the Toastmaster of the day is going to introduce. And still, if you wanted to make a lot of changes, you might come over to this organize mode where there are more controls for moving things up and down. Also, you need to come over here if you want to delete something. Now, you as the administrator can decide whether you want all members to be able to make these organizational changes or whether you want to reserve that just for the editors of the website. It's up to you, but probably you don't want to have just one person be able to make those changes. If somebody goes on vacation, you'd like somebody in the club, at least a few officers, to be empowered to make changes to the agenda. And similarly with all members being able to make edits, and in other words, assign other people to different roles, well, it's often handy to share that ability with the Toastmaster of the day, other people who are not necessarily officers but have club leadership positions. You can exert some control there if you're concerned about people making changes that they shouldn't. Check it out and let me know what you think.